It's always a pleasure to welcome all of you lovely people onto Mana TV International, headquartered in New Jersey, one of its kind in entire United States of America. Well, once again, Vani takes the pleasure of introducing you to another beautiful guest. And who do we have today? We have a beautiful, gorgeous lady all over again. I mean, every episode we have a beautiful lady joining us. And today we have Paromita Ghosh joining us. And I would like everyone to put their hands together to welcome her. Paromita, oh my God, I love your name. Bengali names are really, really sweet. Okay, so how do you like it so far? You're okay, doing okay with us, right?
Hi, Vani. How are you doing?
Hey, what a pleasure meeting you. I'm doing great. And how about you?
I'm doing great, and it's pleasure of mine to be a part of your show. Thank you so much, Mana TV International and Vani have given me the opportunity to be interviewed, and I am really excited and looking forward to it.
Awesome. And let me say something to you, Paramita. Do not think this is an interview. This is just a chat between two girls just met. Okay, so in that way, we can have so much more fun and not get really serious about it. Are you good
Correct.
with that?
Yes, correct.
Awesome. Okay,
Absolutely.
so Paramita, first of all, I love your name. Okay, it's so sweet.
Thank you.
You're one beautiful woman. Okay, and well, I don't need to tell you that because you won many crowns and titles, and we'll go through all that. But first, tell me, if I asked you who is Paramita, what would you say?
Paromita is a person with pure soul and very kind and humble, and she is very determined and focused and passionate in life.
Wow, sounds like you're a superwoman. Okay, so Paramita, I know that you have won a lot of accolades and titles, and there is a lot that we will have to cover as we go through this, and you will take us through this beautiful journey of yours. But I just wanted to ask you a couple of questions, like, what do you think about them, right? So, what is it that you like best about being a woman?
I think being a woman, you get a lot of, you get to explore a lot of your strength, even if you are having a lot of other problems and priorities. But there, where you try to have the managing skills comes into picture, and that is, I think, the woman can handle it in their best way. So, suppose if I give an example, you are married, you have your kids, you have your work, you have your household chores to do, but even if you are doing that, you know how to manage and you know how to be a multitasker. And I don't think the men can do it well as the woman can do compared to it.
Wow, that's a great way to put it. So true. I think this is our strength, right? It's like
Yes. Yes.
really our strength. And talking about strength, what would you say is your strength?
My strength is always trying to look at the accomplishments that I have in my life. So if I am, of course, every day is a new day, right? And you go through your lows, ups and downs in your life. But despite being looking at what you have in your life as a failure, you try to look into what accomplishments you have, and then trying never to give up. So I would say, like I said, I am very determined and I'm very focused, and I never like to give up in my life. So I keep going. I'm very persistent and I'm very resilient whenever, I have to achieve my goal. So that is my strength.
Wow, you are one ambitious woman, and that is fabulous. So, when you were talking about it, the minute you said persistent, there was so much more energy into that one word compared to the entire sentences that you spoke out there, which clearly indicates, how passionate and how determined and how goal oriented you are. And you want to tell us what what made you into a woman like this? Would you know?
There have been a lot of life. I have gone through a lot of changes in my life, and where I feel like I have gone through a metamorphosis, like a caterpillar, where
Wow.
I have tried to come out of the cocoon and the shell, and then I have tried to spread my wings and learn how to fly. Even if when I was trying to do that, there were many attempts where I was being stampeded, and but still I tried to have my wings and try to fly with my beautiful wings and colors, and I will keep doing that till I'm not there in my goal. I achieve my goal.
Oh my God. I'll have to say something to you, Paromita. I've talked to more than 60, 70 women on this show so far, and everybody has been amazing. There's no doubt about that. But you know what? The way you spoke just now, I literally had goosebumps coming, from my feet up. I mean, that passion was so strong, so real, and it's sort of like is manifesting into others' minds as well, right there, right then. It is something very strange, and I have really never experienced a feeling like this, girl. I mean, wow.
So keep
I would say this
out
is an
to
aha
say.
moment for me. The first one. Let's see how many more we have got. Okay, so all this passion, all this determination, all these goals. So at the end of it, what really do you achieve? You think out of all this?
I feel like so in my life, I feel like you can plan everything, but it may not happen the way you want to plan. Sometimes I feel like I should do what I want to do, or I should be just do what is needed. So right now, I have been trying to do what is needed, because in future, so that when I get to that zone or get to that level, I can, or achievement, I can do what I want to do. So that is where I'm right now focusing on. So if I say that I feel accomplished if I am setting a goal in my life, and it can be about my personal development, it can be about trying to serve the community, or it can be
Mhm.
something I want to do for the woman empowerment or anything. And if anything, any goal I'm setting and I'm trying to accomplish them and achieve them, I feel very motivated, and I feel that my presence on this earth is fruitful.
Wow. Have you thought about motivational speaking as one of your careers?
Yes, I try to. So, like, I have been in this pageantry for, a year over, and I have made a lot of connections. And my fellow contestants, I have seen them how they have tried to cope up with their daily life. Everyone have their problems, and I am, I'm so lucky that I have come across many women who have been through low phases of life, and I'm glad that I'm part of their life, because I try to help them out, and they look up to me and tell me, like, how you have been doing everything by yourself. Because I didn't tell you, I'm going through a big personal problem in my life. I have been in a toxic relationship, and my marriage didn't work well. So I didn't give up, and I chose to do something for myself, self-care, and keep going with my passion and dreams. And even if I don't get support, nothing is stopping me. So looking at that, I'm inspiring many women who really want to come out of that zone and want to explore their life, and every day they fall down and they're not keeping up to achieve their goal. But I try to tell them that how you have to keep going, the show must go on. You cannot just stop, even if you have a lot of hurdles and obstacles, but you have to manifest your dreams, and that's how you become successful.
Paromita, I am totally so invested in every word that you have been saying, because it's totally coming in from from your depth, okay, from the deepest part of you. It is not just something that you're saying because a lot of people talk about these things and they're saying it, but you're not saying it. You are um I don't know, you, by being so brutally honest about things, and by being so brave, by being so strong in a culture, among us, among our race, from where we come, even if we live in any part of the world, I think everybody carries their own, you know, their
Baggage they have, right?
yeah, I mean, not just baggage. What I mean to say is, they carry what they have been taught, right? I mean, uh, be it schooling or parenting or whatever, and the society, everything teaches you something to be in one particular way, right? So that is how we identify people from different countries, right? So it is what we do in India. There is a very different way of telling things, and they still give you all support. They tell you to be strong and everything, but there's something lacking. You can do it. It is different from you should do it. All
Should do
right. And
it.
I feel countries outside of India actually do that. And that is what I'm hearing in your voice. And it needs no conviction for whatever you're saying, because every word is a blatant truth. Okay. And many people might not even want to think about it, because it might remind them of what they have been hiding. A lot of people will be putting things into their closets, including me. There are a lot of things that I wouldn't think I would be comfortable just speaking. I'll have to hold it, because maybe I am not sure about it. Do you think that's what it is, or it is something else that makes you so comfortable to be able to say things the way they are, without really mincing it and mixing it up and trying to put a better picture of yourself?
I absolutely echo whatever you are saying about how, our upbringing is back in India, and how what are being we are taught and whatever we try to look into things. But I do resonate what you're saying. But I feel like, apart from being what people are teaching you, your people who are your family, your friends, your school, your college, or, your workplace, when you get your personal experience or lesson in your life, they're very important. You should have some failures in your life, and that where you learn how to, look into the success. Because if you don't have a test of failures, you don't know what a success is in your life. So with that said, I feel like, yes, people try to, shut themselves down, and they don't try to come out. And I was the same kind of person. If I look back a year back, or a couple of years back, I was same kind of person where I was very shy, introvert, and I will be very mindful when I have to open my heart and talk and be honest, and anything about my personal life or anything which I feel I should say to the world is not right. And I have tried to realize that it's really important to be what you are instead of what you pretend to be. So this is how it should be. World should love you, or anyone in your family, your friends, they should love you what you are, instead of just trying to be a fake person or double standard. So this is something, a mantra I have incorporated in my life. People like me for what I am. If they don't like me, it's always there's a chance of scope of improvement, and I will do that. But I will be try to be myself.
Wow, Paramita, amazing. Okay. You know what you are, who you are, but I'm sure you also are an observer, and you see people around you, women around you, and it's a very well known fact that till very recently I used to think that the equality between a couple usually is not something that is really talked about or even cared about in the country that we come from, India. But in the Western world, it is different, is what I used to think. But then in the recent times, I've been observing, I've been understanding that it's not just a problem of, West or East. It is more about it is more about this male power, male dominance that men in general seem to be feeling the need for so much more than ever. As the times are passing, because I would say this because, okay, my grandfather possibly was not as I don't know, so loud, and or maybe wanting to do things only this way or that way. And later on, my father, he was much better. He was so much more, how shall I say, he was more inclusive about things, right? And today, it's not really changed much, is what I feel. People talk about things, but maybe, I also feel that it is just prevalent everywhere. Do you actually agree with that? This is just my observation from my experiences around the world.
I mean, we all are very keen observers, and at certain period when we are, certain in our life, we have so many friends, families, we are seeing them, and we know what marriage is, and what, we are seeing, we are getting the having the male person in our life, part of our life, daily life. Like we have the parents, we see them as a different or grandparents, where they are trying to tell us what to do, what not to do, and we don't take it as a controlling or a dominance thing, right? But when we
Correct.
have a partner who is like partner in crime, and we think they should be equal, and we should exercise equality, right, in gender, and it's just a myth. It's absolutely a myth
Totally.
to go to everywhere, any part of the world. I would say, because I can say this thing, absolutely, it's totally correct, 100%, because it's a myth, and this really doesn't happen. This is there, that male dominance, superiority is there, because I am not married to an Indian. I was married to an American, and which is totally a different culture. And being said that, I feel like it's just about the gender thing. The male, they have this in their blood, maybe, or
Wow.
how it is, or they just learn from the society, tell them that that is how they should be. And it's so true, because that what happened to my life as well, where I felt that I have to be on the same page, I have to be on the same boat, I have to do the things which the person, of course, you can have a consent, you can definitely try to, tell your partner to support you. But what if something, out of the box you want to do, and there's nothing harm if you want to do something for yourself, and your partner doesn't like it, will he not support that? Like, how is it? Like, we being a woman, we try to always support our husbands, right? That's why we
Yeah.
have this thing, like,
Mhm.
behind every successful man there is a woman. But have you ever heard that behind every man there is, woman, there is a successful man? No, never ever. I mean,
Never.
might say that they are very lucky and fortunate, and it could be because how maybe the society they have been surrounded with, the family or the parenting, because of that, maybe, they are different. Otherwise, I think the stereotype thing, whatever we say about this male thing, and dominance, and superiority, and controlling, and trying to have their voice, either it's my way or highway, it's so
Yes.
absolutely true.
It is the reality, right?
Yes, it's a reality.
And somehow nobody ever dares to speak about it openly, including me, right? So nobody ever does that. Why do you think that is happening, Paromita? Because all of us women, we are educated, we have a career, we are doing everything equally like the men. So what do you think is still stopping us from speaking out loud like you have finally done?
There could be a lot of factors. I mean, I personally, what I believe is that we women back in India, or anywhere we are, if you are especially coming from Orthodox family, mostly in India, we are from Orthodox family. We are said to be feminine. We have to be very humble, soft, and we cannot say something very bluntly. So that is one of the thing, because the world will not accept you if you are saying something true, then it is bitter. So that's why they are being restrained from being vocal. Apart from that, you have to be heard, right? To be
Yeah,
heard, you need, the people surrounding you who are also listening to you and saying, okay, I, second you on this thought. They also need to have the courage. So you are basically surrounded with those group of people, or friends, or girls, or women, maybe your mom, sister, or your friends, and they're also telling you, shush, don't say anything, like,
exactly.
you're wrong,
Exactly.
you're wrong. Or maybe
Exactly.
teachers, and this is not how you are supposed to be, because these are the norms how the woman should be behaving. So if you say this, you won't be considered to be a, you will be looked upon as a very nasty woman. So I would say that. But again, like with experience, with your, with different bitter experiences in your life, maybe, and also when you realize yourself that it's not bad to be vocal, it's not bad to be yourself, and the world has to accept you the way you are. I mean, that is very important, the self realization that I'm going to do that. The path may be difficult. Even if I'm trying to take that path, I'm going to have my opinion over. It won't be easy, but that's what we know, that all roads which are difficult lead to success. So that's how you have to just keep going. And people will hear you, maybe not first day, maybe after a couple of days, or maybe it may take a decade, but you have to keep going with your vision.
Paromita, just listening to you, what I feel right now is that you didn't say a single thing that I have never heard before, right? And in this world, all the women, I'm sure. So everybody has heard all these things, felt all these things, maybe even said it inside their minds. Okay, even if they could not speak it openly, they would have said all these things inside in their heads, that what is happening, why is it happening, and what am I doing? So you know what, suddenly I have a feeling that the difference is you decided to immediately act
Self
upon it,
realization. Yes.
right?
Yes. Right.
And everybody else is just staying dormant, you know,
Yes.
all are volcanoes inside, right? Ready to burst,
First, but we are not.
but they are not. They are
So
holding on to it. How can it be that 99% of the women that we see around us who are very well educated, very well settled in their careers, doing well, intelligent, smart, outgoing women, um, really fear? I'm trying to understand.
I mean,
Just
I
because,
don't know about others, but how, what I feel, I believe, for me, there was no choice, no option. And when you have no choice and option, you have to, pick your choice, like you have to do. When you have nothing to lose, when you realize that you have nothing to lose, you just want to be, that self realization. That is what, anyone can tell you, do this, do that, but they might stop you, but it has to come within yourself. The inner voice has to tell you what is right, what is wrong, and what you want to support. Supporting the
you
wrong
need to be brave.
is brave.
Actually,
Yes,
what you're
yes,
trying to say,
yes, yes,
right?
correct. You have to be brave.
Everything put in a nutshell: be
Nashal,
brave, be
be brave.
strong, be
Wrong.
believe in yourself, and don't think that you can't handle a situation like this,
Right.
right?
Absolutely. Yes, absolutely. I feel same way.
You put it so beautifully, Paromita.
Thank you so much.
These are not thoughts that I would have thought, or something like this would have come out of my mouth, because I never I always shied away from thinking about all these things I see, I feel, I heard, and I just close the page and think that tomorrow is another day. I think most of the people in this world are the same.
Yes. They have to think it loud. They have to think out of the box. And you know what? You, like you said, the volcanoes are inside you. But trust me, if you are, getting to that zone where you are being pushed to that zone, you will, from dormant, will become active and you will erupt. So
One
probably
day.
one day. And that maybe is there in every woman, only the tolerance level maybe is,
Exactly.
difference
Exactly.
for, but it will come out. If you are going through that, if you have a very happy life, probably no problems, maybe you will not. You will see the world differently. But if you have been through a lot of ups and downs and problems, you will have a very different vision.
But what I'm trying to say here is, Paromita, most of the people that we see, okay,
Yeah.
almost 90%, I can say that 90% of the women are all in the same space, okay?
Correct.
But
Correct.
everybody is holding on to it like it is the end of the world.
So that is where I feel like we women who believe in themselves should come to the forefront, maybe use a social media or, the platform like the TV show we have, Mana TV International, and try to broadcast the inner strength, the voice, and how you need to be and not what you should be. Just be,
You're
not just
absolutely
believe
right.
in yourself
Yes,
and be
yes.
yourself.
Like I said, I did about 50 plus episodes of this, but I spoke about a lot of things with a lot of women, but I never ever even tried to put my finger in this space. You know
Yes.
what I mean?
Yes, get it. We are
Yeah.
different a lot.
Yeah, but then there have been times while during the conversations something comes up, and either it is the guest that is actually wanting to simply slip by it, or you realize that they're not really very comfortable. So whatever happened, never ever has a woman spoken out loud and spoken out the truth and nothing but the truth, right? A naked truth that you can see, hear, feel, and definitely in some way you made a mark. You know what I mean?
Thank you so much. That really means a lot to me.
It a huge mark somewhere. All like I'm saying, my entire body is in a very different state. I don't know how to explain it. From inside and feeling something, you know, that somebody who has, because nobody ever has spoken like the way you have spoken, possibly. A lot of people give speeches, about women empowerment and whatever supposed to be empowerment. We talk about the nitty gritties and everything at the surface level,
Yeah,
right?
got it. Yeah.
Nobody ever dares to even dip a finger into it, and here you are sitting inside it, and giving it all your voice and all your strength and everything to make a noise कि कहीं तो कोई तो थोड़ा हिले.
हिलना
सोचिए.
है दुनिया को, one day at a time, one step at a time. But that is what the goal is. It will happen. It doesn't happen overnight. Revolutionary changes take time, but we have to begin somewhere with someone, and somehow we have to see how we can keep this going. That's it.
Absolutely. What can I say, Paromita? It's a pleasure, would be an understatement. I'm a very strong person in terms of my emotions. I can have, like I said, a volcano inside, and I can just stay so calm that, somebody standing right next to me will not feel it. That is the kind of person I am. And today I actually lost my control.
Actually, you
you
need to
know,
use the right energy in the right platform. I mean, there is no point of, showing your eruption of volcano at the wrong place. So you should hold it at the right spot, and where, you can be really
no,
meaningful.
I get that. I totally get that. But what I'm saying is that I have never ever tried to do anything about it except shushing everything.
Yeah.
And everybody around us does the same thing. Most of the people around us do exactly that. But today, a great lesson learned, Paromita. Okay. And I don't know, I actually have a feeling that I would love to have you come back once again. And I want more talking. Okay. we have to do a lot more of this, and let's see, what we can do. And clearly seeing you, I can see that you're going to do a lot. And thank you, uh, really, from the bottom of my heart. This has been one of the best conversations that I would have ever had in my life, just by being myself and not trying to hide my emotions, or not that I hide my emotions when it comes to anything else, but anything sensitive like this. All right, I have always been, just closing it, locking it, and forgetting it, and just thinking that everything is fine. But girl, you rock. Okay, you are a rock star. And I don't know what all I'm going to do to ensure that this message goes to as many women as possible. Okay, and you go, girl. All right, and keep doing it, keep motivating all of us women, and let's all really take this seriously.
Vani and Mana International TV, thank you again and again. I cannot tell you how grateful I am that I am, getting an opportunity to showcase my opinion, my views, and if that this interview or this show can bring a change, small change in a one woman, and it can inspire and motivate them to come out of their shell and, spread their wings. That is my whole goal is, and that is what I'm looking forward to, and no other personal gain, but just bringing a transformational change in a woman who doesn't have the courage to open up and speak and be yourself.
So beautifully said. Thank you, thank you, thank
Thank
you from Mana TV International, and of course from me, Vani, personally, sending you loads of love and hugs. And I just want to tell you, you are doing an incredible job, and just keep doing it. And I'm actually getting more ideas on how we can actually talk about many other things on UVW. And this is the best way to not just help our own selves, but also other women around us. What can be more beautiful? So, on this thought, Tara Bye Bye Cheerio. Once again, thank you so very much, okay, for gracing UVW. I think it has been an honor having you here, girl. All right. Take care. Be happy and keep rocking and be there for us. Okay? See ya. Bye bye. Till next time.
Yes.
All right, everybody. I hope you enjoyed this extremely amazing and real talk that we had together on United Voice of Women with Paromita Ghosh. This girl, I think, is just made for this. I don't know. Everybody, when you see somebody, they're made for dancing or singing or writing, or, there are not many other things that you talk about that this woman is all about. But I've never really met a woman like this, who is a real, I don't know, she's going to be a leader and lead women in the direction that she's taking, not by asking them, but just being an example. Because whatever I felt today was all about seeing what she was saying, hearing what she was saying, and how she was saying. And I think this is what really motivates people. This is what really hits it in here and here. So awesome. On this note, everybody have a great day, and we'll catch up with you in our next episode of United Voice of Women with Vani. Till then, take care, be good, keep smiling, and remember, I love you.